Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mer Cy and today we're going to talk about one of the most common succulent that we ever had, which is the jadelet, or commonly called as mini jade or Portulacaria Afra. And also I will discuss the properly care for this plant, and also this one is best for the beginners who is new for this plant, and also I will discuss the common problems or diseases that this plant have, and also I will discuss some basic needs like light requirements, temperature or soil requirements. And also, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit like. And if you will find this video helpful, please don't forget to share it with your friends. So come on now, I'm so excited to share to you some of the basic information that you needed to perfectly care your Portulacaria Afra. So, elephant bush or Portulacaria Afra care and growing guide. This elephant bush plant or Portulacaria Afra is a succulent with a small oval, freshly leaves and reddish woody stem. So, elephant bush is popular as the hanging basket houseplant succulent due to its colorful trailing stems and jade-colored leaves. There is also variegated variety, which is commonly called as rainbow elephant bush or Portulacaria Afra variegata. The rainbow elephant bush succulent is light green and cream-colored round leaves. So, in this video, I will discuss to you how to properly care about this succulent, and also you will find out how to resolve some issues concerning growing varieties of elephant bush plant at home. So what is elephant bush or Portulacaria Afra, by the way? So elephant bush or Portulacaria Afra is a semi-evergreen shrubby flowering succulent native to South Africa. In the wild, elephant bush grows in dry, sunny location. So elephant bush is a drought-tolerant plant ideally suited for growing in arid desert-like environment. Although large Portulacaria Afra bushes can survive some frost, small elephant bush plants are not cold hardy. Temperatures below 30 degrees Fahrenheit or -1 Celsius damage the plant and can kill it. So, elephant bush is a shrub-like plant, as I said, or a small tree that grows between 8 to 15 feet high when growth in ground or ideal condition. However, growing as a potted succulent or indoor, elephant bush stems only grow a few feet. Their trailing leafy stems make a succulent excellent for placing on a high shelves or growing in hanging baskets. So, elephant bush is a flowering variety of succulent when growing condition is right. Portulacaria Afra produces masses of star-shaped flower growing in a small cluster. This pink or white flower grow on an end of stem, but it is rare for elephant bush plant to bloom indoors. So Portulacaria Afra or elephant bush gets its common name because it's the favorite food of elephants according to them. So, other common name of this plant is also included as pork bush or speakbone. Due to its resemblance to jade plant or Crassula Ovata, elephant bush is also called as dwarf jade or mini jade plant. But elephant bush and jade plant aren't related to each other. So, for example, compared to jade plant succulent, elephant bush grows faster and it's harder. Another difference is that elephant bush is edible succulent, whereas jade leaves or Crassula family is toxic or mildly toxic. So how to care elephant bush succulent? So to care the Portulacaria Afra or elephant bush, grow in a sandy, fast-draining soil and put in a sunny spot. Water elephant bush succulent when the soil is dry only. The best watering method is to drench the soil and allow excess water to drain. Fertilize monthly in spring and summer only with diluted houseplant fertilizer. So another variety of elephant bush is called rainbow elephant bush or Portulacaria Afra variegata. So Portulacaria Afra variegata or rainbow elephant bush is a small leaf succulent with creamy white and green leaves. Jade-colored Portulacaria Afra variety, rainbow elephant bush is also has long reddish woody stems that grows into a large shrub. Rainbow Portulacaria plants thrive in an arid condition where there is plenty of sunshine. In their natural habitat, rainbow elephant bush plant grows up to 20 feet tall. In a container, the variegated plant succulent stems reach up to 10 feet long. Due to their trailing growth, varieties of elephant bush plant is also ideal for hanging basket. So all varieties of Portulacaria, including rainbow elephant bush, flower in ideal condition. Usually only outdoor elephant bush bloom in late spring after warm or dry winters. So how to care your rainbow elephant bush? To care your Portulacaria Afra variegata, grow the rainbow elephant bush in a bright indirect light. Plant the variegated elephant bush in a quick draining sandy soil mix. Only water succulent when the soil completely dries. And also fertilize in late spring using a diluted houseplant fertilizer. So, we'll discuss also some detailed care guide of this elephant bush, especially for those beginners. So, elephant bush succulents are generally easy to care for, but to ensure that heat-loving plants thrive, there is some essential care advice to follow. Typically, elephant bush and rainbow elephant bush require a fast-draining soil, plenty of light, and occasional watering only. Elephant bush thrives in a bright light. Portulacaria plants can grow in partial shade, but ideally they need at least 6 hours of sunlight daily. It's also essential to protect elephant bush plant from intense direct sunshine or direct sunlight. Too much sunlight through a window can cause the leaf tips to turn to yellow and burn, or it will have sunburn. The best place to grow elephant bush or Portulacaria plants is near a sunny window. Sunshine helps keep the deep jade color of elephant bush oval shape vibrant. Also, avoiding too much shade preventing the trailing elephant bush stems from becoming leggy or spare foliage or become etiolated. So, plenty of light is better than heat or water when caring the Portulacaria Afra plants. For light requirements of this plant, Portulacaria Afra variegata or rainbow elephant bush needs a sunlight to preserve the leaf variegation. You will need to grow rainbow Portulacaria sun plant or plant in a brightest location in the room. Ensure that the rainbow elephant plant gets protection from hot midday sun. Otherwise, the leaves could burn or drop. Rainbow elephant bush plant that are in a shade for too long will develop a darker green leaves. In time, the bright creamy leaves could lose most of their variegation. So you may need to some trial and error to find ideal spot to keep variegated succulent thriving if you want to keep them indoor. For the soil requirement of this plant, elephant bush must grow in a porous sandy soil that has fast drainage, same with other succulent plant. So the ideal succulent mix combine 2 parts of regular all-purpose potting soil or a part of horticultural sand and a part of perlite or a pea gravel. You could buy some commercial succulent soil that is suitable for cactus or bonsai trees as well. For growing elephant bush in a fast-draining soil is one of the most critical care factors. You can arm the soil with pulty grit, pumice, or small pea gravel to improve the drainage. But most of the popular soil amendment for drainage is perlite, which is what I'm using. So although elephant bush succulent prefers sandy soil, too much sand and contain isn't ideal as well. Sand tends to be too fine that can make the soil too dense and will kill your plant. So elephant bush plant don't like to sit in a saggy soil with their roots always wet. The damp condition cause roots and can quick cause the plant death. So soil consistency, the right path, and the proper watering techniques are vital to keeping your plant thriving or keep them alive. For watering technique of this plant, it needs a watering only when the pot mix is dry. Overwatering is the most common way of killing succulents even with other kinds of succulents, and elephant bush is no exemption to it. So water the succulents by pouring the water evenly in a pot until it drains out in the bottom, and wait until the soil dry before watering it again. So always check your soil before you water your plant again. So the best temperature of this plant is elephant bush can thrive in average room temperature. An ideal room temperature to grow this plant is 65°F to 80°F. Regarding nighttime temperature to range between 50°F and 55°F or 10°C to 13°C is perfect for this plant. You can also grow the elephant bush plant in a container and take them outside in summer in temperature climate. The jade color succulent or trailing foliage can add a natural accent to your patio deck or balcony or into your flowering bed. So, moving elephant bush plant indoor in the fall sometimes result the leaf drop. To help avoid this, place the plant in a brightest, warm room to reduce the stress. Elephant bush or humidity needs is elephant bush succulent don't need high humidity to grow well. Usually, the dry air of home is ideal for growing most kind of succulent as long as you are not overwatering the plant. You shouldn't have to worry about the humidity. Portulacaria Afra can be susceptible to sudden changes in humidity. This issue is usually related to cooling or heating homes. Elephant bush plants don't like being in draft, so protect them from air conditioning airflow in summer or warm heating vent in the winter time. For repotting requirements of this plant, growing variety of succulent and doesn't require frequent repotting. It's time to repot Portulacaria Afra when you notice roots is poking out the drainage hole. Same with other succulent as well. So to repot this plant or this trailing succulent, choose a container 1 or 2 sizes larger than its current one. When repotting the plant, choose an appropriate fast-draining succulent soil mix as well. So, repotting your rainbow succulent or rainbow elephant bush is same with your elephant bush which is not variegated. So make sure that you use a well-draining soil and you use a not so big pot. For pruning elephant bush, Portulaca species tolerate heavy pruning to shape the plant and remove the leggy or the trailing stems. So this woody succulent produce buds whether branches are removed. How to propagate this plant? Well, elephant bush is easy to propagate using a cutting technique. Cut off the healthy section of the stem that is last the foliage and allow the stem to dry for a few days until the wound will heal, and then you can plant it again in a fresh soil mix. Top tip for elephant bush propagation: don't remove a healthy leaves that has dropped into a potting soil. They often take root and start growing new plant that can transfer in a new pot as well. So, are elephant bush plant toxic? As I said, Portulacaria Afra is not toxic. In some countries, leaves from elephant bush plant are used to add sour flavor or juicy crunch in their salads. So before trying elephant bush to eat, make sure that you are having your right Portulacaria Afra plant, because this plant is look alike with your jade plant, which is commonly can kill you or commonly toxic plant. So the common pests and diseases of this plant is elephant bush is susceptible to mealybugs, spider mites, and whitefly. So I have some video on how to deal with mealybugs that will apply as well with your Portulacaria Afra. For this plant is fungal disease, it's easy to avoid if you water your succulent properly. As the rule, only water elephant bush plant when the soil is dry to avoid your succulent plant having some fungal diseases. For problems in growing Portulacaria Afra, elephant bush succulent are easy to grow at home. So if you give them enough light and don't overwater them, they will thrive and they will grow without any problem. So when the leaves drop, meaning your succulent can start dropping leaves due to fluctuation in temperature, light, or humidity. So usually bringing an elephant bush indoor where there are less sunlight cause them to leaves to fall. Also, leaves can start dropping from the succulent if place the drop in a near warm air vent. So Portulacaria Afra leaves are turning yellow, so what you should do? So yellow leaves of elephant bush succulent are usually due to overwatering, so that's why you need to make sure that you water only your succulent plant when the soil is really dry. So as the result, yellowing leaves die. To help to revive the Portulacaria Afra, you can remove it or move it into a brighter location so that moisture evaporates faster. You may also refresh the potting soil if this problem still insisting. Just try to give your plant a fresh soil and make sure that your soil that you give is a well-draining soil, and also make sure that your pot has some drainage holes to let the moisture or let the water escape easily and will not stay long with your plant, and to avoid the issue of root rot or stem rot. So that's it for today. I hope you learned something about our topic today. So if you will find this helpful, don't forget to share it with your friends. And I hope to see you next time. Bye bye for now. See you next time. Wishes.